Welcome to the Divorce Survival Guide podcast, where we have open and honest conversations about co-parenting, separation, divorce, and the hardest question of all, should you stay or should you go? I'm Kate Anthony, your divorce survival guide, and I'm here to help you navigate some of the roughest waters you've ever swum in and answer some of your toughest questions. I've been to hell and back, and now it's my mission in life to help you get to the other side of this process with your sanity and your heart intact.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Happy September. How the hell did that happen? So I told you that I was going to be releasing and launching my new program in September. And so true to my word, this podcast episode is releasing on September 1st. And here I am ready to tell you all about it. It is ready to go. If you are like, oh shit, let me jump on that right away, then you should just go to my website, kateanthony.com/coaching. And you'll see coaching across the top in the top navigation. Go there and you'll read all about it. But today, I really just want to take a little bit of time to talk to you about it and tell you why I created it, honestly, and then some more, information about it. So the program is called Grit and Grace. And the reason that I created it is, well, there are lots of reasons. I think I told you a little bit about holding so much for so many people individually, one-on-one can be a little bit hard for me. But more than that, I feel like I'm not able to help as many people at a time as I want to be. I had a lot of people who wanted to do private coaching with me who were just not able to, I wasn't able to take on, and so I had to have a waiting list. And my goal has always been to be as accessible as possible to as many people as possible. And that's why I have my online programs, which are they are at a very low rate for what they are. I know that they're not accessible for everybody. But it's why I have them priced as low as I do. And it is why I have payment plans. And it's why I have this podcast, right? So I have my Facebook group, my podcast, and I have a bunch of free stuff available on my website, through the Facebook group, right? So I really try to cover all price points. But the private coaching work was, is sort of the highest price point that I had. But I still felt like I wasn't able to help as many people as I wanted to. I also feel so strongly, as is evidenced by the work in my Facebook group, that women need community. We just need it. This is it's part of who we are. And I'm going to read a quote to you that is on the sales page for this program on my website, but it's from one of my favorite articles. The article is called "Why Women Need a Tribe." And it was named as such prior to, this is written many, many years ago. So prior to the understanding that the use of the word tribe is appropriation. So with that disclaimer, I want to read this quote to you. It says, "In ancient times, women shared a lot more than they do today. They shared care for their babies, gathered food, and cooked together. The women and the children shared their lives intimately and were a source of strength and comfort to each other on a daily basis. Traditions like the red tent, where women came together during menstruation, often with synchronized cycles, were a beautiful time for nurturing, sharing women's business, and keeping each other resilient and happy. Today, women are a lot more isolated in their own homes and lives and more separate from each other. The opportunities for coming together are much more limited, and the time spent together in this way greatly reduced. Because of this, women miss the beautiful healing and nourishment that comes from being with others." I mean, this was written by Tanya Talliard and Azriel Rochelle. And listen, that is everything. That is everything. We miss the beautiful healing and nourishment that comes from being with others. And that is why I created this as a group program. Grit and Grace is a group of 20 women. I'm going to cap it at 20 because I want to be able to do a deep dive with each person in the program. But I also think that we heal exponentially when we do it together. We keep each other resilient and happy. And, as it says, the opportunities for coming together are much more limited. So we have to intentionally create these opportunities for coming together. And sometimes we do that with, girls' night out or, girls' trips or, book clubs. It's not about the book, y'all. Like the reason that so few of us actually read the books in the book club is that we don't join book clubs for books. We join book clubs for women, mostly. And so that is why I want to do this work together. I want to do this work in a group because that is where the greatest exponential healing and nourishment happens. So, we can do this work in our separate corners of the earth. We can make big changes in our own lives, or we can come together and make seismic shifts in our own lives and change the fucking world while we're at it. That's what I want. That is really what I'm here for. This is what I'm about. As you may know, I'm here about changing the world. So that's really why I've created it. It's sort of twofold, so that I can help more people, and also because I think this is the better way to do it. I can help more people, and those people can get more help, I guess is the best way to put it. So I'm going to give you talk to you a little bit about some of what we're going to be doing in this program. So first of all, when you join the program, you're going to get a 90-minute personalized one-on-one intake session with me because I want to get to know your story. I want to know, as I said, each of you in the program, I want to know you intimately. So I'm going to hear your story. I'm going to know what your specific needs are, and I'm going to make specific and targeted suggestions for you for the work ahead. I'm going to create for each person a personalized program map. So these are my customized suggestions for your roadmap with specific exercises that I think would benefit you the most. And then we're going to have weekly calls. They're going to be group calls. They're the first 3 Thursdays of every month at 9 a.m. Pacific. And they're going to be 90 minutes to 120 minutes. And they're basically going to be as long as they need to be for us to really dig deep. There'll be Q&A. I will have laser coaching sessions so people can sign up for a hot seat. We'll get to as many as we can on each call. But these are weekly calls. We're going to do them 3 times a month. So as many people as I can coach specifically, individually on the calls, we'll do it. And you can show up and ask your questions. They're going to be recorded if you can't attend live. And if you can't attend live and you need a question answered, you submit it and I will answer it on the call for you, or in the Facebook group, the client-only Facebook group. And then I'm going to bring in monthly guest experts to do a workshop. So every month I'm going to bring in one of my favorite experts on a topic of either my choosing or your request. And you're going to learn from the best. One of my the very first expert actually in the month of September is Britt Frank, who was on the podcast just, I don't know, was it last week? Yeah, last week. If you haven't listened to that, oh my God, go listen to it. The Science of Stuck. She's amazing. So Britt Frank is already confirmed. Christina McGee, of course, my favorite co-parenting expert. She's the author of Parenting Apart. She will be coming on and being a guest expert for us. Robert Behedry, my dear friend Robert, he is an expert in breathwork meditation, and he is going to do a workshop for us in using breathwork to heal trauma. So it's really the internal trauma work. Unbelievable. Of course, we're going to have Susan Guthrie, and, a bunch of other people. Again, I want your suggestions. My hope is that I'll have people like Sarah McDougall on recovering from abuse and trauma in faith communities. My dear friend Elizabeth Cohen on alcoholism and addiction in marriages. Gilsa Fort on healing from betrayal, who did the podcast episode on healing from betrayal, and I think she's amazing. Dr. Amelia Kelly on being an HSP and dealing with your trauma through that, and on and on and on. Anyway, so those are some of the sort of things that that's kind of how it's going to work. Here are some of the things that we're going to cover. So we're going to do deep foundational personal development work that will ground you in who you are and how you arrived at this moment in time. Now, if you have already done one of my programs, you've done some of this work, we're going to go deeper. This is going to provide you with the foundation for a lifetime of confidence and clarity in any situation. We're also going to go into the vital building blocks of codependency, how it manifests in your relationships, where it comes from, all of that. We're going to look at how codependence is like a thread that weaves itself through all the things that are not your fucking job. All of those things. We're going to do techniques for healing and grief recovery that include emotional grounding, resentment clearing, healing from betrayal. We're going to cover the nuts and bolts of divorce. So this program, by the way, I should have said, is for anyone at any stage. This is, should I stay or should I go? I am about to start getting divorced. I'm in the process of getting divorced, or I'm on the other side. It doesn't matter where you're at in your process. I believe the work is the same. This piece, the nuts and bolts of divorce, how does it work? All of that stuff. While you may have already gone through a divorce, your experience is going to be really helpful to the others in the group, just as their experiences are going to be useful to you. This is why it's not just me giving you information and me telling you how to do things and me, this is all of us, all of our experiences, all of our strength together in one place. We're going to cover having difficult conversations, from telling your husband you want a divorce, telling your kids, all of that. I'm going to give you scripts. I'm going to give you templates. We're going to talk about co-parenting in high conflict cases, in low conflict cases, how you might live together separated and use that time to your advantage. We're going to cover co-parenting plans. And we are going to cover high conflict personalities, whether abusive, just an asshole, narcissist, doesn't matter. We'll figure it out, and we will figure out exactly how you need to approach your specific situation. And I want to talk about money. I want to talk about money blocks and money clarity, what your money story is, what is getting in the way of you prospering on your own terms. If you've been a stay-at-home mom, are you going to get spousal support? Like, we're going to go there into all of it. And then we're also going to talk about how to create a parenting plan, shared parenting schedule, like custody schedules, all of that. Except we're not calling it custody anymore. We're calling it shared parenting. So, as I think most of you know, I am now a certified co-parenting specialist. I am a certified domestic violence advocate. I am also a certified life coach and relationship systems coach. So, I kind of got the chops for all of this, and I brought all of my chops to this program so that we can dig deep, y'all. Dig deep. So here's the deal. In this program, you're going to have real-time access to me, one of the top experts in the areas of divorce, healthy relationships, making the decision to stay or go, all of that. You're going to get absolute clarity about the many paths that lie ahead of you and which one to take and when. You're going to get support from a group of women just like you, who are going to lead you through this journey along with me. You're going to have lifetime friendships from this program. People who have done my group programs in the past are still incredibly close. You're going to have friendships that are built on mutual trust and sisterhood. And there is nothing like that. You'll get immediate answers to your most pressing and difficult questions. And most of all, you're going to get freedom from doubt, guilt, shame, and confusion. So, how does this work? So, women can join anytime. Okay, so the program it is ongoing, month to month. So I ask for a 3-month commitment. And then there's an option to cancel at any time after the 3rd month. I request 14 days written notice before canceling, just so that for administration purposes, so we can clarify all that. So 3-month minimum commitment, and then it's month to month. You can join at any time. This is going to be rotating. People are going to be starting at different times. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty of this program, is that it's been designed to support all of you, whatever stage you're in at this point. The longer you stay in the program, the more content and bonuses you unlock, and the price goes down. And so the way that we're going to do this is that you're going to have a consultation. You and I are going to have a private consultation to be sure the program is right for you, because I am not just accepting everybody into the program. I want to make sure that you are a good candidate for this program, and that this program is actually going to suit you and work to be the best thing for you. So if we feel that the program is the best option for you at this time during our consultation, then I'll invite you to join Grit and Grace. And then once you're accepted, you'll be sent all of the information on how to set up your intake call, all of it, program materials, and all of that. And if during the consultation, I feel like this is not the right fit for you, I will say so. I am not looking to just fill seats. You guys, I think you know me better than that by now. I'm not looking to just, fill up this program. I mean, I would love to fill up this program, but, and I certainly hope that we do. But if this program is not the best option for you, we will talk about it and figure it out. So I'll tell you that the webpage is up now. So it's kateanthony.com/coaching. And I am so excited about this, you guys. I'm so excited about it. And I really, 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 this is, by the way, this program is only for women. I think I've made that pretty clear. And it is also for lesbian and queer women. I just want to make sure that I'm really clear about that, because while I am a cis hetero woman, and that's my experience of divorce, I've worked with many lesbian women, and many of the patriarchal power imbalances that show up in cis hetero relationships are also very present in LGBTQ relationships, because patriarchy is patriarchy. So, all right. So if you have any questions, there's an FAQs on my website, and you can check that out. One of the things that I hear often is that, some people feel like my issues are too private and they're too personal to share in a group. So I hear this so often. And I will tell you that one of the incredible benefits of working in a group is that you will immediately realize that whatever you're experiencing, someone else in the group is going through it too. And if you're in my Facebook group, you totally know that you probably joined with this sort of weight of guilt or shame, embarrassment, all of that. And then you're reading all of the comments and you're reading all of the posts in the Facebook group, and you're like, oh my God, I am not alone. And it really helps unburden you from the shame. That is one of the incredible, most beautiful things about working in a group, is that you really start to recognize that you're not alone. So that being said, if you are really private and group work feels too vulnerable and exposing for you, I will be taking on very few private coaching clients. I'm not going to be taking on as many because I just can't hold all of it. I won't have time to dedicate to the program, but I will be taking on like a couple people a month. That option will still be available. If you have any questions, I think probably the Facebook group would be a great place. Go to the webpage, kateanthony.com/coaching, and you can read all about it, and you can sign up there for your consult. And I really hope to see so many of you in Grit and Grace. And just so you know, if there are more than 20 people for this round, what I will do is open up a different cohort. I'll open up a second cohort, and we'll just have our calls on a different day. Anyway, so that's what's going on over here, you guys. It's finally time. It's finally ready. I love you all so much. I really hope that you will come and join me in Grit and Grace. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Divorce Survival Guide podcast. If you like what you hear, head on over to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in and leave me a review. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Divorce Survival Guide. I'll see you next time, and until then, remember, you, my love, deserve to be happy.